Okay, in this video, I'm going to explain how to rank #1 in your niche by exploiting long tail keywords. Now, this is a strategy we use not only for our clients, but we've also used for ourselves to rank #1 in the most searched keyword, long tail keywords in the clients category. Now, as you can see, just some receipts here of ranking clients for different keyword variations in their niche. What this ultimately allows you to do, why this is even important to begin with, is that anytime anyone searches any of these phrases or expressions on YouTube, the client's video is at the top of the feed, meaning is the first piece of real estate they get hit with when they're doing, looking for education or paid coaching on the thing, meaning they own the category, own real estate at the top of the category, which is pretty much the best thing you can ask for. It's almost as good as having a rank on Google, if you guys know the importance of SEO. As you can see, if you want to check this out, we rank our clients for all these search terms. We've done it across different niches. We've done it in the copywriting niche. We've done it in the trading niche. I've even done it with my face in the video for the paid community niche. We've done it in Airbnb. We've done it in wholesale real estate. And we've done it for ourselves in the content agency niche with our own offer as well. So we have the receipts. Let me now explain to you how we're able to do this. Now, if you're looking to replicate this for yourself, this all starts with understanding your market, okay? Understanding the frequently asked questions or most search terms in your niche. And you're going to have a pretty good gauge of this based on, sales calls, just talking to your customers, understanding, what people need help with when they come to you for coaching, consulting, whatever. You're going to have an understanding of these most frequently asked questions. In fact, if you own a coaching program right now or a community, you probably already made material on these things. You've just never thought about how to turn it into a cohesive piece of content for YouTube. Now, it starts with the niche itself or the topic, and then you find these long tail keywords or expressions or questions that you then base the content on, right? So let's use Amazon FBA as an example here. It's pretty simple. Amazon FBA is a niche. Now we're thinking about the frequently asked questions or most searched keywords or things people need help with, right? One thing off the top of my head is that, they need help finding suppliers. So one of the questions that somebody would type into Google, or in this case, YouTube, is how to find wholesale suppliers, Amazon FBA. Another thing people don't really know how to do is the product research. So Amazon FBA product research. Another thing people are probably searching for is some kind of free course on Amazon FBA. So Amazon FBA free course. And then to get even more granular and specific, how to get ungated Amazon FBA. Like if you don't know what Amazon FBA is, you probably don't even know what how to get ungated even means. The only reason I learned is because I was writing scripts for a client and was doing some topic research. But if you know the niche, if you know your market, you're going to understand these things regardless of whether it's drop shipping, copywriting, trading, whatever the case may be. For example, in trading, a lot of the stuff is around ICT, hence why we ranked one of our clients, Justin Warland, for the ICT strategies, because there's a lot of search volume around these things, which we'll get into in a bit. But again, it starts with understanding what people are already looking for or searching for. And this is when we start to go into like the actual SEO or, keyword opportunity. Once we have this is the foundation, and then we can go from there. Now you have a few, keyword opportunities or, questions people are asking. How do we validate that these are actually going to be, good keyword opportunities to try to rank for? Well, the first thing you want to do is go to YouTube and you want to search if people have made, content on this. So let's just start with how to get ungated Amazon FBA. Okay, we're going to see there's videos on this topic, right? So there's already demand. You can see these videos are getting demand. Whenever you see that a topic surpasses the channel subscribers as far as views, that's a good sign that the topic is good. I mean, it's not always the only sign, but it definitely helps to see when channels are surpassing their subscriber count with the view count on that particular video, especially if it's like a more niche keyword. That is a good sign that the topic is in demand and people are actually looking for help around the subject, but it's not the only thing. So once you've seen that people have actually made videos on these things, there's content that exists that has gotten views on this topic, then there's search volume. You could also go to vidIQ for search volume. I take that with a grain of salt though, because I don't think those stats are super accurate. But you can kind of get a sense of this using vidIQ right here, not sponsored or affiliated with vidIQ. Next thing you want to do after it's validated that videos exist and have performed in this category before is gauging the competition with vidIQ. And so how you do this is if you have the extension like me, you're able to see it over here, is you go to how to get ungated Amazon FBA, searching in that exact phrase into vidIQ. And you'll see right here as a competition of 13.4, which is very low. What that essentially means is that compared to the amount of people that are searching every month, there's a very low supply of people who have actually made content on the topic, meaning it's not going to be very hard for you to break in, create a video on the same topic, and rank among these people who have already created videos on there, right? So we know that the content performs in the niche. People are searching for it because they're getting views, and not just 1,000 views, 2,000 views. They're actually performing in the niche. There's legitimate demand in the category. And now we know that the competition is low, right? I'll sometimes pay attention to the search volume here. I really just pay attention to competition, because if you actually understand the niche, like your own knowledge of whether people are searching that or not, and like using YouTube to validate that is going to be enough. So I take the search volume with a grain of salt. It is going to be somewhat accurate though, but regardless, the competition is very low. So we know there's opportunity in this category to go and rank if we create a solid video, because people have done it before us and we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. So now we know it's low competition. There's opportunity that exists because creators in the category have made content on it that gets decent views compared to their subscriber count. Now, how do we actually go in and rank for it? How do we monopolize the category when we're starting from zero? We don't have videos yet, right? So now step 4 is iterating on the existing videos that have done well and doing them better by finding these 1% advantages. Now there's 2 ways to iterate. You can either iterate on the content level or the packaging level. And I'm gonna explain with concrete examples here so you guys can get a better understanding of what I mean. Now, on the content level, there are, in my opinion, 6 main ways you can iterate on something that works. So the first way you can iterate is succinctness. Now, what I mean by succinctness is taking something that people have done and boiling it down in a way shorter fashion. So that's why this format of, I think it was 10 years of business advice in 10 minutes, or one video we did for Mason was like 5 years of copywriting knowledge in 10 minutes, right? That's why that format did so well, is because it encapsulated this succinctness, right? It's boiling down what could be explained in 10 minutes down to 10 minutes instead of an hour. And if you find that, in this specific search term, all the videos are very long, drawn out, and uncomplicated, overly complicated, or just overly drawn out, what you can do is take advantage of that, and specifically in the copy of the video, in the intro, or even in the packaging, which we'll get into here, you can actually iterate on both of these at the same time. Is you can put an overemphasis on this is the simplified version, this is the quick version, this all the other no fluff or whatever, and elaborate on that and just give it to people as straight as possible, right? Another way you can iterate and improve on the content level is clarity. So just explaining things in a more clear way. Maybe you have something like Amazon on gating, or I don't know, maybe a trading strategy that's very overly complex or people don't explain well. If you're able to put that into 5th grade terms and explain it in a way or differently using analogies that make sense to people will appreciate that, because maybe it didn't click for them then, but because you explained it in a different way using your own custom analogies, now the content's better. So now that content stands out, they share it with their friends, it just performs better as a whole because it actually makes sense in layman's terms. Entertainment, well, there's a spelling mistake right there. Entertainment is another way to stand out. This is what we did with Cam's content agency series that, the first episode went on to get 329,000 views and counting, is we took a topic and we just basically put a spin on it, right? So the entire theme or keyword we were targeting with that is how to get content agency clients or how to start a content agency. All the other videos in the niche were sit down, very matter of fact, plain, whatever. And we were the first ones to actually show and demonstrate it, us going out and getting content agency clients in a really, really fun way. And the series absolutely popped off, grew Cam's channel from 2,000 subscribers to 18,000 subscribers in a matter of months. And it's all because we iterated on something people already needed help with, which is content agency. And we brought fun and entertainment into it, which was non-existent in the niche to begin with. Now, that kind of ties into personality, but personality doesn't necessarily mean fun or you have to be, entertaining. Personality is simply they just like you better than the other educators. Maybe you just explain things, you're a little bit more fun. You crack jokes. They just like the way you better as a person. They just by liking you better, that can definitely skyrocket your ranking and get you above all these other people. Attractiveness might have something to do with it as well for the thumbnail, but that's a completely different rabbit hole. Social proof is another good example. So maybe you're doing a course video or something like that, or how to get copywriting clients or how to get clients kind of video, and you lead with all the students or your results, and maybe the fact that you've signed all these clients, you've made so much with your agency. That alone can force you to stand out simply by that metric alone, because then you can go and leverage that in the packaging. Like if you made $100 million with your agency, like that's going to stand out if you can actually back that up. And so that alone, just having more credibility and credentials than someone else, will carry your videos really hard and boost your ranking. And the last one is just straight value. So maybe, in your niche, no one's really dropped like a crazy free course yet. So maybe the best thing that exists right now is a 40-minute free course. And then you go and drop like a 10-hour free course on the niche. You are going to pop off for like the course section or the course keyword in that category, because no one's been able to do it better. Now, when I say like make a longer course, I don't mean just like that would contradict what I'm saying here. Like actual 10 hours of value, not 10 hours of fluff. If you actually drop something insanely valuable that no one else has done, you're going to go way up in the rankings very, very quickly. And I already hinted at this a bit with this, but at the packaging level, how you can stand out is like a novel or new title format. There's a few people that have done this really well, like William Brown and Charlie Morgan, where they've been able to iterate on something or like, present things in a more catchy way with the titles. This kind of ties into this, like adding catches or stipulations with your titles. So for example, let's think about the search term, how to get copywriting clients. Well, all the videos said that. So what we did with Mason is we just added in like in parentheses with no experience. So that title now applies or is, more eye-catching to people that don't have experience. And we've cast a wider net with the packaging. Therefore, compared to all the other videos that existed, where it was just like how to get copywriting clients, because we just added in like with no experience into the title, now we cast a much wider net with the packaging, and it's not going to disqualify as many people, because even the people that are beginners are going to see that, and the video is still going to apply to them compared to just like how to get copywriting clients. That they might not feel like that applies to them, but now that we've mentioned the fact that you can do it with no experience, now it becomes a lot more interesting. This also ties into the actual copy at the content level as well, by overemphasizing that you can do this even if you're kind of the dumb in the intro. And again, the packaging and the content play into one another a lot. I just like to make this distinction. And then sometimes just a clearer, more attention-grabbing thumbnail than what the rest of the market is doing. So if you notice that like, some of these are just like really text heavy, or they're just not really done well, or they just violate some like the best thumbnail principles, and you're able to do it better than them, sometimes that like just extra boost is able to like just throw you up in the rankings, simply because you know how to like, you're basically playing like thumbnail or packaging arbitrage. Just because your packaging knowledge or abilities are better than the rest of the market, you're able to kind of like surpass them just by, providing more clear or better thumbnails. That's an easy way to stand out as well. But ideally you do both of these, right? Your content should stand out on a packaging level, but also a content level, meaning it looks more interesting and the actual content itself is more interesting. I think that's what we were able to do really well with most of our clients here. I already cited the content agency example, but even with, these videos for Justin over here, same exact deal, like just, I simplified, right? Like simplified hints that it's like a more succinct or a clear version of what most people are putting out, right? The video is also 8 minutes, so we're able to kind of hit on succinctness and clarity in that. In this, I see daily bias was hard until I understood this, implying that this video is going to be a lot easier or more straightforward than, all the other daily biases out there. And the video validates on what's hinted at the title and thumbnail, because we were able to break it down in a very simple, straightforward way. Justin's also very good at analogies, so that definitely boosted as well. I already provided this example as well. And even something small like this, how to actually start copywriting in 2024. It's funny because everyone literally copied this title and thumbnail after this video popped off and tried to do that. But because we were the first to do this, simply like this kind of implies that everyone's teaching it wrong. And the actual video itself, we were able to boil down a lot of subjects in the script to like 13 minutes, and the video absolutely crushed for a very simple video too. And so my point here is that simply by understanding this, you're able to like get ahead of 99% of people, create better videos, and ultimately outrank people and just lap them. That's how we've been able to take over these niches for our clients and generate them a ton of money, is simply because we understand where the opportunities are. Think of them as like choke points in the niche. Find the choke points in the niche, make banger videos in those choke points, and profit. Rank like this, rank number one for your niche, and make a ton of money, because now you're ranking for that keyword. And anytime somebody searches up any of these keywords, they have real estate there and their videos are getting seen first. They get into that person's funnel, they buy their coaching program. It's really that simple. You can try to do this yourself, or you could just hire me and my team to do it. Again, website in bio, description, whatever you want to call it, if you want to work with our agency and actually start getting results with YouTube. Have a great night. Thank you for watching.